Alright, the time has come where we have to get into scripting. So we're going to create a script that will move our tank object. So I know it can be intimidating for some of you, but don't you worry, it's not that bad. And we're going to be using JavaScript. So a lot of you will actually probably already have experience a little bit with JavaScript. It's a pretty easy syntax. So to create our script, we're just going to right click, go to create in our project. And you can see we could also use C# here if we wanted to, but JavaScript seems to be the most common in terms of support online for Unity. So we'll go to JavaScript and we'll name our script move, since that's exactly what it's doing. So you can see we have a new script object in our project, and if we double click that, by default it's going to open up MonoDevelop, which is for Unity. Now you can edit this in any program you want, Notepad++, Dreamweaver, whatever, and you can import that file back into your project folder. But we're just going to use MonoDevelop. It seems to integrate pretty well. So when we start, you'll see two functions already available at default. You have the start function and the update function. The update function is called before each rendering frame. So this is where we'll want to put a lot of our actions. So we can just delete the start function right now. We're not going to use that just yet. So let's create our first variable, and we do that using the keyword var. And then after that, we type space, and then we name our variable. So our first variable name is going to be forward rate. I'm using camel casing, so each word I'm going to capitalize the first letter, then colon, and then this is the type of variable. So usually when using numbers, a lot of people use integer, but to be more precise, we're going to use float, which also includes decimals. So we'll use a float type. It's also a number type. And we'll set this as 3 and have a semicolon to end that line. Next variable is going to be turn rate, because we have to move our vehicle forward and also turn our vehicle. And that will be also a float type, and set that as 2, semicolon. And then we'll add some comments in here to kind of tell ourselves what we're doing in this code, just in case we have to come back sometimes in the near future. So I don't know about you guys, but I forget what I code sometimes. So to be nice to ourselves, I'm going to type tanks forward speed and action, and I'm going to create a variable forward move amount equals input dot get axis, and you can see it's already kind of popping up in MonoDevelopment development type, telling me all the different possibilities. So we're going to use the get axis, and then put in the parameter vertical. So that is the up arrow key on your keyboard. I'm going to multiply that using the asterisk key and forward rate. Alright, so we have about twice as many lines of code to write for this. If you're not patient, you don't have the patience to watch me write all this code, please feel free to go to GitHub and download this code right from there. Then you can just copy and paste that in and you're all set. But if you want to move along with me, I'll try to go as fast as I can. So we're going to add another comment, because this next line is going to be force of the tank's turn. So we'll create another variable turn force equals input dot get axis horizontal. And then we'll multiply that by turn rate. Another comment. So now we're going to rotate tank in action. So this will be transform dot rotate, and then we'll type the 3 parameters 0, turn force, and 0. And our semicolon. Then finally, the last formula will be transform dot position plus equals transform dot forward times forward move amount times time dot delta time. That should be all set. Another semicolon there. And all plus equals, what that is saying is transform position equals itself. So if this is 2 and this formula ends up being 3, transform position would then equal 5. So I hope that makes sense if you haven't used that before. So let's give this a save by cleaning the disk up here, and we can close this. And now we have to have our tank object inherit this script. And to do that, all we have to do is drag and drop this over on our tank parent. So now our game object. Now if we click on our tank in the inspector, we'll see that tank now has a component of our move script. So very cool. So let's click play. See if we get any errors. Alright, we get errors. A compile error has to be fixed before we can edit this. So this is normal. Do not fear if you get an error. So let's see if we can find it. Make sure I spelled horizontal right, vertical right, have my semicolons. So I spelled position wrong. Put an I there, click save. Let's give it a try. Oh, I should mention, if you don't have a camera object, game object from our last tutorial still, just go to game object, create other, select camera, and then you'll be able to see in your game window what the user sees in play mode. So you can just move that camera so that it can see your tank. I'm just going to rotate it a little bit. There we go. And change the field of view. Perfect. So now I got a camera look at my tank. Now if I click play, I'm going to turn my tank. Alright, turns just dandy. Now let's click forward. Oh, we have an issue with the forward. And the reason why, if you notice, my tank isn't along my z-axis here. It's the blue line. So typically when you have a game object, you want forward to be going along this blue line here. So sometimes you can go back and change that by, click out of play mode real quick, by changing it in here. But that doesn't work for you, and you click play and it's still going sideways like mine. A quick way to fix it is go right into our script, and here in our transform, where we transform the position on the forward action, you can just say transform.right. So I'm going to save that. Now when I play this guy, it will actually go forward and backward. So we can now drive around like so. If you want to give it a look at it from a different angle, just click camera, and let's see, let's just move this guy right up, and we'll give it a rotate. Now you just get a different perspective on your game now, right? If you want to change the properties of your script, you don't have to go back right into the script. You can actually change them right here. So let's say you want to go twice as fast. You type a 6 here, and now when you push play, you're going to go twice as fast. Let's really make it so it's obvious. So go to our tank object, our script. Let's say forward rate is now 20. Let's zoom. Click play. Look at that. Look how fast that is. So you can see how you can play around with those variables. You don't have to go into your code every time. Very cool. Hope you learned something. Hope you weren't too intimidated by the code. Look forward to our next tutorial.
Hi, thanks a lot for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. Until next time, cheers.